Hey everyone, Christian back, and I'm going to do a little second part to this nighttime lighting. So here, I'm closer to this. There's a tiki bar right over here. I'm actually between the two bridges. This is a northbound, and over there is a southbound side. I don't know if you can see the cars going down the bridge there, but here we have some Vicias that are lit up, and you can see the stepping of the trunk. You can see how it kind of gives off this like half moon shadow, this crescent sort of shadow, and unfortunately, because it's not uniform, it kind of goes away after a little while, but it's still up there. And you can see the crown of the Vicia, which it just looks a lot different at night, because during the daytime you don't see the crown lit up at all. You know, the crown is the part that's underneath the tree, so this is where you see a different part of the palm altogether. So that's what I find a little bit neat about that. So finding a few more species that are lit up. Here are palmettos, and again the thatching. We can get close enough. I just don't want to get run over here because cars are coming screaming down this little road. So you can see the light kind of goes on the thatching and kind of causes this little diamond pattern sort of to show up as you get further up the tree. So even though it's common in palms, can kind of have a nice look. Even though I wouldn't say it's as nice as the royal or some of the other larger crown plants. These have been chopped up, and I don't think they're recent. I think they were naturally growing here. And so here, Saturday night, I'm sure there's a band here, but you can see these coconuts here. Now, unfortunately, these don't have any nuts on them. At least this one does not. So, and actually, this is not being lit up from the bottom. But it has a nice, when they're lit up, the crown does look nice. This is a really well-grown coconut. This whole area was redone after Hurricane Charlie, which basically came right up to this river with 140-mile-an-hour winds, 145, and everything. There were a few palms that were still standing, mostly coconuts and royals and palmettos. Everything else was basically thrown to the ground because they're used to that sort of beating, at least the surviving it. I wouldn't say they looked good. They had maybe one spear that was a little tattered. This one's trying to fruit, but here you see some banding and bracing. This is a little bit, again, rigged, but it's just 2x4s and metal banding. So they nail these 2x4s to the 2x4s on the actual palm, and then band them all together to kind of brace the plant and stick the braces in the ground here. And again, they're not really much in the ground. I doubt this is really helping as much as it should. So more coconuts here, and they kind of dot the parking lot here. So there must be some special event going on tonight. It's usually not this busy, but hopefully I'll find that you can actually see the coconuts in the distance wrapped in rope lighting, and people are already starting to put up holiday lighting around. So but yeah, if these coconuts here were put up after Hurricane Charlie, but if you go across that bridge right there, you might find along the road maybe 2 or 3 coconuts along the entire stretch of 7 or 8 miles of Port Charlotte, where here in Punta Gorda, there's probably 40 of them just in this parking lot. Just to give you an idea of the difference in the climate, just because of the this large 1 mile, it's a river here still, but it turns into Charlotte Harbor just a few hundred yards down from where the bridge is. And that water, this can kind of be a little bit of a microclimate vlog, where right here is really where a solid zone 10 starts. Even, we're a little bit inland, but that river gives it that, at nighttime, let's say it's 34 degrees in Port Charlotte, on a really cold night. Now, at 34 degrees, it's going to bring down a frost, but when that cold air comes from the west and goes over the Peace River, it's going to warm up, and and it's going to warm up, and it's going to be more like 37, 38 degrees by the time it gets to Punta Gorda. So not only will it be warmer, but it'll be a little bit harder for the frost to form on any plants, therefore making it a lot easier. Just that few extra degrees, let's just say it's going to be 30 in Port Charlotte, it might be 34, 35, and to coconuts that can mean everything, just a few extra degrees of separation, let's say. So this is lit up from the top, and this is obviously blinding the camera, but we're gonna go a little bit further. I'm kind of doing a little bit of a walk around the block here. I might go by the tiki bar. We'll see, depending on how loud it is. If it's too loud, I'm not gonna try vlogging over 10,000 watts of speakers. So Anyway, hope you enjoyed this part of the vlog. This will be like a part 2 of lighting, palm lighting at night. If you enjoyed it, yeah, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and if you have any questions about palm lighting, leave them down below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. I'll see y'all later.